Yeah, solo snoopers are going to be very happy with the field of view updates. I would use the field of view changes, yeah. I would use them as follows. 110, 110, 110, 90, 110, 110, 90, 110, 90, 90, 110, 110. All the reasons explained in the video. We covered weapons, we covered all fields of view, and why sometimes actually lower is better. We showcased it. In the end, it's a personal preference. Enjoy the video. We're gonna show you some FOV science and what is the best for you to use with the new FOVs. Right now, Sea of Thieves has not only field of view, cannon override, capstan, harpoon launcher, ladder, sail controls, water barrel, wheel override, map, parchment, tail and book, robot or robot seat, you know, all these things. Now, some people will be like someone said in the chat earlier, people always want to see more. So why don't you just max out everything? Now, realistically, theoretically, that makes sense. But practically in Sea of Thieves, that actually might do some harm sometimes in certain things. So we're going to show you each one of them. And in the end, you use it however you want. I'm a casual player. I'm not, you know, a TDMer or a focused PvPer. So sometimes there's a balance between me, what I like to see, or my visuals, and what I like to enjoy about the game, with some PvP on the side. So these are going to be focused around that. They're not going to be focused about just ramping up everything. It's just going to improve your experience, because some things you have to increase and some things actually you might decrease. So YouTube, let's go. FOV science. Right now, this is insider version, but this is coming out in season. Not season. It's coming out in Act 2, which is right now on the 18th. So 5 days from the date of this video, FOV is going to be in the game. So if you can't find it in the game, it's because you are in the live build and it's still not the 18th yet. You see on the top right here, on the top right of my screen there, it says Insider. This is going to go on live build on the 18th. So if you see this before the 18th, it's not going to be on the live build. All right. So first, if you notice that when they actually introduced field of view, they had to fix some things in it. Before it looked ugly, now it doesn't. Now we are at 90 field of view. Rocket, if you look here, and if you stand, for example, here, all right, just stand here, and you go like that, slowly. Look at this, guys. If you go like this slowly, if you stand here where I am, okay, you'll see, guys, why field of view before, when they first implemented, looked ugly, and now it doesn't. If you stand where I am, move the camera a bit slowly to the left, and allow the edge of this house, this building, hit the right side of the screen, all right? You'll notice that it's perfectly fine until it leaves the screen. All right, just stand here like this.
Yeah.
So look at the dock straight. Your field of view, what,
Yep.
90? Put on 90.
Yep.
All right.
90.
Yeah. Now turn to the left slowly and see how the right side of the house leaves the screen. It leaves it perfectly fine, right? It leaves it fine.
Like
like,
dark. Yeah.
This part here, this exact corner, you know. Now put it at 110, and you'll notice what happens. Look at the edge. You see it stretching out. You see it like... Do you notice? You see the right? Do you see it stretching out? It's like kind of curved in and stretching out. You know, it's kind of getting pulled.
Oh, if you do quicker, yeah, I can see it.
Yeah, exactly. Now this is why field of view used to look ugly, because they fixed that. The curvature of the camera, imagine it's a lens. The curvature of the camera was still set on the old one, and the extra 110 was extra stretching above the 90. They actually redesigned, if you think of it, the entire curvature. That's why now 110 actually looks comfortable and easy on the eye. You know, for me, this 110, I like it. It took a bit of getting used to it, especially when you move fast. You feel like the edges are kind of stretching out. I feel like it still needs a bit more fixing. However, this main field of view is not the problem. What's the default? 78, right? Let's go back to 78. Which one? So all fields of view earlier, before this update, were at... These were at 78. These were 90. I didn't fix these. Okay, these were... Now, everything was on 90, like this. And then, for example, This is the old field of view. You grab the wheel, it feels fine. But if you go to 110 field of view, and you grab the wheel because 90, whiplash. See, that's a problem now. The benefits field of view has given us is, now some people say just ramp up everything.
I feel like the benefits outweigh the negatives.
Yeah, exactly. Now some people be like just max out everything. To me personally, again, this is what I think is best. I'm not the biggest fan of this because I'm used to, like, look at this now. I'm right clicking. I'm used to slight zoom in. There's also downsides, like for example, if you, I'm a pistol user. If you take a pistol and you right click, you know, what is it on now is the highest. Okay, there's no weapon. Didn't do weapons? Or no?
No.
Weren't people complaining about the eye of reach?
They changed it. They fixed it.
They fixed it. They fixed it to be comparable to the current field of view. So it's field of view minus eye of reach, basically, or something like that.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
It used to be way too zoomed in.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Okay, so this here, I have the pistol aiming at the mast, but if I go like that, and this one, if you actually put on 90, hold on. If I take the field of view all the way down, and I aim, it's still zooming in. So whatever the larger you put your main field of view, the further it's gonna be when you aim. So that, for someone like me, who basically use pistol, I don't use like scope, I don't like using scopes generally, that might make the aim more challenging for me, because right now right clicking is actually less zoomed in. I mean, look how much I can see from my hand. It looks like the end of a drumstick. If you actually go to normal 90, that's how it used to look. You see how much is showing up from my hand? But if you go to highest, see how much is showing from my hand. So generally, that target is still further even after you right click with a higher field of view. So that's something you have to get used to. But now, the real deal is here. Especially solo sloopers. So me, for example, every time I would board someone, I would try, let's say you're shooting cannons with an interval as fast as you can. Alright, so me, if I'm gonna board someone and I can hear them shooting, I will wait until the next cannon shot so I can take the ladder and mask their cannon shot with my board. So they actually almost do not hear me boarding. Now, this is a strategy that is good. However, with higher field of view, it might not be a thing anymore, because the normal cannon used to be, field of view used to be 90, and the normal cannon was 78. Now, if I go on the cannon like that, and I move all the way right, on this side, basically the right of the player, you cannot see the ladder. If someone boards, you cannot see the ladder. So my strategy of actually boarding while the cannon is shot works in this scenario. However, if you actually go and you're playing on high field of view and you increase the cannon override to 90, now I can see some of the ladder, but still not most of it. So someone might board. That's assuming I'm all the way to the right. Okay. Now the last thing is, if I go here and I go all the way up with the cannon, do you see how much I can see from the ladder? So as a solo slooper, you can almost not have to be to the right, for example, to see how much you can see from the ladder while you are solo. So this allows you now assuming the person boards from the side you're on and you're aiming to the right. But that's an advantage now in this situation, why increasing cannon field of view is actually good. You know, because you can see more. Like that. Like right now I'm facing the right. Not even all the way right. Like I can even go, let's say, 3 o'clock, something like that. A bit, you know, more. a bit less like that, and I still have all this extra range that I can see the ladder. That is very good, you know. I've never cranked to the right cannon. Well, you never know, you know, you never know. True, you actually angle the wheel and you kind of keep things organized, but it's still more that you can see that helps you out. So there's a higher chance. That's for the cannon. Next one we have is the capstan. We're gonna go back to 90. And this one is 78. Now the cannon, this is the normal Sea of Thieves. And you go like this. This feels close, isn't it? Is it actually 78 or capstan was always 90? Yeah, it feels like it was always 90. I'm not... This feels like how the capstan was. Alright, now, if you go all the way highest... Capstan, increase it. It actually helps you. Because also sometimes you want to see if someone's boarding. Right now I'm going like this. So, let's say I go to the old... field of view. It was 90 or what? Probably was 90. If I turn all the way left, I still can... see the thing. Sometimes you'd want to look behind you, you know. This one gives you much more also vision to see when you're turning. So cannon and capstan, I would increase them all the way. Harpoon, launcher, override. This one. I mean, that looks ugly, to be honest. Looks like I'm holding just the tip of the cannon. But realistically, the Harpoon has auto-aim that barely works. So this is a personal preference. I don't like the way it looks like this. I feel like my eyeballs aren't used to this so much. I'll put it to 90. Yeah, that feels nice. You know, the Harpoon, realistically, doesn't need, in my opinion, to be higher. Some people say if you spam, it makes you dizzy. Well, who spams on the Harpoon? You know? Since it's auto aim, that's a personal preference. I'm gonna keep it on 90. Now we go to ladder override. Okay, so the ladder was... It was not... So it was 78, I believe. This is the original or field of view. Field of view 90. Yes, so that's the helm, right? I have an owl neck for some reason. But that is the helm right now. Alright. This is the old way. You see the difference, the size between the edges for the ladder. Okay. Now if I'm gonna go to increase the field of view and take the ladder to 90. We have more ladder to see now. Alright. Here's the question. How much can you see from inside? Because before, I don't recall it was like this. 90, 78. You could see that much? Maybe I'm just a noob. Okay. So you can see this much. Let's see 100. Oh. Were we able to see that much before? Wait, 78. Now you can see the player way better at higher field of view. You can actually kind of peekaboo here. Yeah, you can see way more. It's not that beneficial, but you can see way more. So ladder, I would take it to... There's absolutely no reason why you shouldn't take it to lower than 110. Sail controls override. Don't forget that the actual field of view. That's making me dizzy. You see the difference? Because I have 110 and this is at the old one. So now we're gonna take this to 110. Also, how much can you see like this? Like if I'm angling sails, can I see both ladders? Because that's a very important thing, right? Like right now I'm angling sails. You see, I'm angling sails while looking at ladders. If back earlier when we used to go to sail control override, it's actually much harder to see the ladders when it was at 78 or 90, I don't know. But, you know, that is actually a very good thing to have, because you can still see ladders. Now when we're doing at sloop, you know, you can translate these things to bigger ships. Okay. So now you go like that and you can actually see, you can, like I can basically, right now at higher field of view 110 for the sails override, I can angle sails while seeing both like that, while seeing both ladders at the same time. So the solo sloop experience is actually much better with this update. Higher field of view is benefiting the defender a lot, which is nice. Water barrel override. That's just a water barrel. Like, who cares? You can do whatever you want with that. Wheel override. So this is what everyone was kind of the biggest controversy about it. Okay. This is 90, the old field of view. Now I'm grabbing the wheel. Is this how it used to be? Okay, now if we go up to this and then we make the wheel to 90, how much can you see? I feel like the wheel used to be 90, right? Regardless. 110. Let's go to 290. $110 helm for everyone. That's just out of the box. You can see more. You're being chased. You can see everything. Yeah, solo snoopers are going to be very happy with the field of view updates. Map parchment override. Now Rocket said something very, very nice about this one. What was the original one? 78. Okay. So let me vote for whatever here. Yeah, we're not going anywhere. I just want to show the parchment. Alright, so Rocket said this, which is a very good point. This is one of the things where, that's why I said, you know, if you're a PvP focused person, you can just ramp up everything and you're good to go. But right now, for this, the map parchment, actually, whoever doesn't know, on PC, if you press F, which is the same button to interact with the ladder, on controller, I think, you can actually zoom into the map. However, map parchment generally, if you actually make it the highest, like why is this even an option? Insert that meme, you know? Why is this even an option? Why is map parchment above 90 is even an option? I don't understand. But regardless, you know, maybe we're getting larger maps, I don't know. Map parchment override 90. Now, so you won't get disoriented between 110. Like if you go to the old map parchment, 78. This is 110. I'm at 110 field of view or no? Yeah. Yeah, if you go like that, this is kind of, you feel like looking down, it's like, is this here? Is this here? That is disorienting, you know? So I would suggest this one, 110 is too much, is to go to 90 so you can kind of give yourself, you can do anything, you know, but lower than 110 so you can give yourself the same features that you're used to, like the map just zooms in a bit. This feels realistic, and then you can press F to zoom in if you want, you know? You're under 30-year-old and can still see it. Yeah, Eagle Eye. Map parchment to the lowest. That's actually, you know, very nice. But remember, you can press F. The only problem with map parchment to the lowest is that there could be someone... Rocket, aim at my face with a gun. Right now, yeah, good day to be PvEing and doing gold. You see? Like, if you do... if you do it at lower, it's probably not very good either. If you do it at 90, you can still see legs under. You can see that someone exists around you. 90 to 78 feels good, but if you do 110 field of view on the main one, which is the normal gameplay, 90 is good for the map. It feels like it compensates for the 110. That would happen anyway, right? Tail book and logbook override. These are for... Where's my other hand? Oh, I was one-handed. Okay, I know I'm right-handed, but... Alright, so... This is... this is personal preference. I don't know about this. I don't even look at books or do tall tales, so... I'll leave that to you. Rowboat or override? Rowboat seat override. I would assume, honestly, just rowboats make it the highest, because just like the ship, you're going to be able to see more around you. If you're stealing an Athena or pulling a hitchable, you're going to be, like, you know, more sneakily visible around. So that's all the overview of all the fields of view of Sea of Thieves, bit by bit. Do you guys have any questions for field of view so I can test things for you? I'll show you the eye of reach. Yeah, this feels nice. That feels like the eye of reach basically is a % of your current field of view. Or pulling a hitchable, I love that saying. Yes. Oh, the sails look while the wheel at max view. The sails? While the wheel is at max. So these are my settings. I'll do 100, 100, 110, 90, 100, 110, 90, 90, 110, 110. You have to, if you want to reduce your highest field of view for some reason, you have to compensate the lower ones to be even lower. So you won't get disoriented. This. A little bit of advice. If the zoom is an issue, we now have skellies to help us dig most islands. Exactly, yeah. They can do everything. Can you get the biggest blunderbuss skin and use it 110 field of view? Yes, of course. Let's do that. Biggest one I have. This one looks ugly enough. Oh, blunderbuss users are gonna rejoice. So before it used to be like this. But now it's like this. Some things do look ugly. I feel like the blunderbuss should be lowered a bit. It's okay, let the player shoot from the same location, but just lower it a bit. Do you agree? I feel like that looks a bit... But at least you can see better now. You know, the blunderbuss doesn't kind of cover too much of the screen. And that's gonna make the Sea Dog pistol even better. Let me go get it. Thank you for all amazing content. Most welcome, my friend. I appreciate you. How would it look on the wheel with sails down? I want to get an idea of where we're helming. Okay, yes, good question. We'll do that. Let me buy this one.
Hello.
That's a new voice line. That's nice. She actually sounds happy with her job. What was the question? Oh yeah, Sea Dog. Oh, we have this one here. Where's the normal Sea Dog? This one. I paid you money. Why are you upset? Oh, okay then. Can I have this? Okay. Oh, okay then. All right. Here. My favorite pistol. Ooh, look how small this is. Look how... Because I use the Rascal Sea Dog. So now PvP is gonna be very nice. I mean, like I said, aiming. I have a video, if you type !pistol, or I'll show that on YouTube, that shows you all the guns and which to choose the best pistol and stuff. But this actually makes it very nice because the pistol now actually takes even less from the screen. You know, this is 110 field of view, but that's coming out on Thursday. Now, how would the helm look with full sails down? Yeah. The new pistol from drops is not accurate. Which one was it? Right here with the sails down. That looks nice, actually. That actually feels nice. I think, yeah, solo sloping life, YouTube solo sloping life is gonna get much better with the increased field of view. We covered all field of views, which ones to choose. You don't necessarily have to rank up everything, crank up everything. Some things need to be lower. We also covered what's the benefits of each field of view and why you do it. Like and subscribe for everything, and I'll see you next time.